So I found a 2022 Chevy Silverado. This is going to be a 1500 and this is a custom. This truck is very, very unique and it has some really cool features on it. And I'm going to do a quick review. Normally in my videos I show you the interior and exterior, and I always show you the payload so you know what you can tow and what you can carry inside the truck. Let's get into it. So here's the truck I just mentioned, and then here's the color, North Sky Blue Metallic. This one does have that 2.7 liter turbo and 8-speed automatic transmission. And then here's some of your standard equipment for the truck. Be sure to pause it if you like. And then base price is $43,300. And the truck doesn't have a lot of options on it. Here's a few of them down below. Multi-flex tailgate and 10-way power driver seat. And then up top, a few other things, which is going to be included. So all in all, total options is $960, and then total price is $43,955. And then here's a look at your fuel economy for that 2.7 liter. So check out the front end of the truck. As you guys know, for 2022-23, they are going to refresh this. So as those trucks come in, I'll show you that update. But this does have halogen headlights. And all in all, the painted bumper, everything really does dress up the truck perfectly. And the Chevy spelt out, or Chevrolet spelt out on the grill. And you do have like that black accent, so it really meshes well together. They do black out that bow tie. And then check out the hood too. This is a really aggressive truck. And for the price point, you can't beat it. I mean, I guess the only thing you have to live with is a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder, so I don't know. It is turbocharged. And as you can see down below, you do have a really stylish wheel. This is going to be a 20-inch wheel, and it is wrapped in a 275/60. It is not an LT tire, so if you do plan on towing or something like that, you may have to upgrade these tires, so just keep that in mind. But they are going to be 40 PSIs. And here's the capacity, 2,679 pounds. And everyone knows, I'm going to come on this side real quickly. Everybody knows that you do have an independent front suspension. They do use Rancho shocks too. Overall, this truck does have a really nice appearance with the black wheels, mirrors, handles, fender flares. It really does go really well. And then you have the bar in the bed of the truck too, which does finish it off nicely. And I think these come with the truck too. I think you can get those from the factory. Now out back, if you don't know, they do use a leaf spring setup here. And just take a look at it. Really, Toyota and Ram are the only manufacturers on half-ton trucks using coil suspension. They do provide a step out back here. And let's go ahead and check out this tailgate. I'm going to back up so you can see it a little bit better. Blacked out bow tie and emblems, painted lower bumper. This truck's going to have a class 4 receiving hitch down below. And your pins are right here. It's 4 and 7 pin. And if you hit these two buttons together, someone taught me that online actually, it will all drop down like a transformer. And then they provide a step here too. And all in all, easy to get inside the bed too. They do provide a grab handle too if you need to get inside here. Let's see what happens when we open this up. So this kind of just rolls up here. You guys can see it a little bit better. I would like to see a spray and bed liner just because you're going to create scratches out back, especially as you wash it. And here's that grab handle there too. Now, just in case you don't know, this does have a max weight of 375 pounds. So just keep in mind when you're lifting stuff inside the truck that's, a couple hundred pounds plus yourself, you could do some damage there. So in order to get this up, all you have to do is just push it up, and then you can just put it up like this. You can actually grab the side of it here, which would be a lot better. And then you can put the grab handle down. There's like a latch you can use. And check this out. So you cannot put this down without this going down first. So let's go ahead and do everything one more time. So pull this first, and then that way it'll be a little bit easier to get everything put up just like that. And then you just roll this back up. I have a similar bed cover, and these are my least favorite. I will never buy this again, and I probably would upgrade this if this was my truck. I just think these are, you know, really hard to deal with. They're a little bit cheap too, and you need both hands, so I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Like I said, they're not my favorite. So this finishing off on the side here, you can see that blue paint really gets a little bit darker in the shade. The only thing I would like to see on this truck is LED headlights, but that's the only thing that's really missing here. So here is the 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. I am not a huge fan of small engines, small displacements like this, especially in big trucks. But this is good for 310 horsepower, 348 pound-feet of torque, and as I mentioned earlier, it is mated to an 8-speed transmission. I have not driven this truck before, so today I will give my impressions on how fast or slow this thing is. My experience says if this was in a car, I would love this engine, but based off of the weight of this truck, which I'll show you at the end of this video, I'm sure it's going to be heavy and it's going to affect performance. But nevertheless, this is that 4-cylinder that we're going to be testing today. We won't take too much time inside of the interior. As you guys saw, this was optional, so if you want a power seat, you would have to opt for it on the custom. But you do have power windows and power door locks, power mirrors too. And here's some of your controls for your tow haul mode, full drive system, and some of your lighting. And this does have electronic parking brake, grab handle. And here's the key. So as I mentioned, there is no smart key system for this truck. You do have remote start though. All right. Let's go ahead and start it up. You have a small screen on this side. And this is just a small screen. You have this inside of here to control it. We're going to clear that tire pressure light for now. And then here's your speed, trip. Oh gosh, this is really cumbersome, if I can be completely honest. So trip 1 and 2, fuel range. Wow, you can't do this while you're driving. Well, you could, but it's a little cumbersome. I like buttons better. And then you have your tire pressure, which needs to be reset, remaining oil life, air filter life, brake pad life, transmission fluid temperature, engine hours, units, and pretty much back to the top there. And you have some gauges up top here. This is going to be for your oil, coolant. Of course, this is for your fuel, and then your battery. And then, as I mentioned, this is a small screen, but you do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You do have a backup camera, and you do have a guide if you are hooking up to a trailer. There is no dual climate control, and for the most part, this interior is pretty base, which is not bad. It's a really nice interior for a really nice truck. And because this is more of like a base model, I think that this is perfect. I mean, you get to save a lot of money buying something like this. And you have all the electronics and technology you could ever ask for. You have a Type A and Type C USB, and a little bit of storage up top, a little bit down below here. And let's just pop out back. So not much has changed out back from the front. You do have a 60/40 bench in the rear, and all things considered, this is a big rear seat, and if you have a big dog, if you put both of these seats up, they would be extremely comfortable. Now, I know that these all-weather floor mats give the illusion that there's no carpet in here, but there is carpet. And there are some vents down below. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take it for a drive. I didn't mention this up front, but there is LED interior lights inside of here. But let's go ahead and take it on the road, because I think this is the most important part about this video. So I'm gonna change my batteries because I'm about to die on my camera. So hold on 1 second. So you just heard this 2.7 liter turbocharged 4. So let's see how it drives. Visibility has always been a plus inside the Chevy trucks. The A-pillars are not that big, with the exception of these grab handles. Those are pretty big. Oh. All right, here we go. Love how stiff the steering is in this truck. That's always a plus for me. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. This truck actually has decent sound. It has some turbo whistles. It's really quiet, and it drives exactly how a half-ton should. The steering's a little vague, and we'll see how it gets when we get up to higher speeds, but this little 4-cylinder has a little bit of a punch to it. I'm actually surprised. It put a smile on my face. Well, I'm actually surprised how quick it is personally, but nevertheless, it's not bad. So it has some really nice sounds to it. The steering feels like a little loose as I've gotten up in speed. But again, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's really quiet. I mean, when you don't have your foot on the pedal, you don't hear anything. All you hear is just a little bit of noise from the tires. Tires do a good job of, eating up some of the bumps too. And I would say the suspension and tires are just perfectly tuned too. It's like almost like perfect harmony in this truck because of the independent front suspension. And I didn't mention this, but you do have a 6-passenger configuration. Has a center console with some storage, and if you want to add an additional person in this truck, you can because of that extra seat here in the front, in the middle. You do have a stop-start system. It has not kicked on yet. Let's see. I think that's turning it off. I think if you click it, that should turn it on. Yep, so auto stop is on. So when it is illuminated, that means that it's on. Okay. Now I'm going to try to give my best impressions on this 8-speed here. Traffic's a little heavy right now, so we might jump on and then jump back off just because of traffic. And maybe tomorrow, maybe if I'm up to it, I'll compare this against a Ram truck. The only issue is this would really compete better with the 6-cylinder, and those are really hard to find. So maybe we'll just do a test on this against a 5.7, which will kind of be a mismatch, but I love mismatch. All right, here we go. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. It sounds like a 4-cylinder though. It does not sound good. You have some turbo noise, and that's probably about it. I would not want to hear this thing with the exhaust system on it. So one more time. 40. A little bit of a delay. A little bit of a delay in the transmission. It had to think about where it wanted to be at. So I would probably rate this 8-speed in this 4-cylinder not tuned correctly, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not an expert here, but there's just a lot of thinking going on. Like when you hit it, I think the 4-cylinder is just underpowered. It's enough power. It's just not what I would expect in a truck. And if you want the price point, again, this is the perfect truck to purchase because you saw the price on this thing. This thing is super cheap. But if you really truly want my opinion, I think I would spend the extra cash and get the 5.3. It's just the way to go. Yeah, this truck is definitely okay for someone who's starting off in a truck. If you just want a nice truck, you're not planning on towing, you're just doing a little bit more, day-to-day driving in it. This truck looks cool. This truck has that fun factor to it. I mean, it has the turbo sounds, but I don't know if you would be happy coming from a V8 5.3 down to this. I think that you would probably be ready to buy something within the next year or so. Just my opinion, but it is quiet. I think you could probably achieve that 20 and 17 MPG. But if it were me, if it was my money, I think I would spend the cash and go with the 5.3. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the numbers really quickly. You have a gross axle weight rating in the front at 3,800 pounds. And then gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 7,000 pounds. The gross combined weight rating is going to be truck and trailer combined at 14,500 pounds. You're going to have a rear gross axle weight rating at 3,800 pounds. The curb weight is going to be 5,107 pounds. And then max payload is 1,893 pounds. So conventional trailer, 9,000 pounds with a 900 pound max tongue. And the tongue weight is going to be the weight that you add to the truck from the hitch, if you don't know what that is. Gooseneck is 8,900 pounds with a tongue weight of 1,335. If you are considering towing with this truck is light, 5,100 pound. I would max out around 5,000 pounds or so. I wouldn't go much more than that. It has the grunt. This truck having that 348 pound-feet of torque, you can feel that power, but because of how light this truck is, if you were towing a trailer close to 9,000 pounds, you would feel that on this truck. As you know, you can't really tow a gooseneck unless you remove this, but even then I would not be caught dead pulling something, you know, close to 9,000 pounds. But again, perfect if you're cruising 20 miles to the gallon on the highway, 17 city. And if you just need a truck for some light hauling, things like that, pop-up camper, this is the perfect truck for that. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon.